Welcome back, family, friends, and fellow gamers, to Game Bros playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. We're on the SS Ann with an E.
Ooh.
Name that show. Is that a show? I think it's a show.
Oh, I bet I can't be back here. Like, if they see me, they're
Super
probably gonna
Repel.
be like, "Oh, you can't be back here." I mean, I don't think they're gonna fight me. Well, they might.
They have zero peripheral vision, or what?
Is this guy turn around? What about those guys? What are they doing?
They literally have no peripheral vision.
I mean,
Can I get in their way and be like, hey?
you know, I'm gonna see. Can I? Okay, maybe.
What are you doing?
They're not doing anything. This is weird. I thought for sure they would like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be in here. Get out," or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they're just like turning around. Whatever.
So I guess, I don't know why I thought of this. Or I guess because they looked like they were French. But the one of the things that people do on TikTok is they'll overdub something. So like either a scene from a movie or whatever, other people's audio, whatever, songs. But one of them, I guess, was a comedian. And I don't know, he was talking about accents. So all I knew he was talking about accents. And he said something along the lines of like, for the Russians, it's Y. They take Y and they put it in between every other letter. And he said it could be any sentence, like, this traffic is terrible. And then he said it with that. He was like, you know, I can't do it. But he was like, this traffic, you know, and he said it with a... It sounded Russian-ish. I mean, that, for me, what I just did was terrible. Do not take that as...
There's Mendel.
I'm trying to think of how he said it, but basically he put Y's in the middle of like a lot of the words, and it sounded, quote, Russian, and I was like, yeah, it does sound like it's kind of...
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I mean, I feel like... I'm curious how actors do it.
Sorry,
you know, like...
I'm not paying attention.
American actors that do British accents or vice versa, or any other accent. Do they? I mean, I would imagine the producers probably get an accent coach or something, whatever, so that they can get it really down. I don't know. It's just really cool.
Well, yeah, the first thing, or not the first thing, what you don't want to do is have people from that place, you just be like, man, that's not a good accent.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you, like, I don't know who it was. I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but they had someone on their show, whoever it was, from Britain, and they said, do an American accent. And it was like a cross between like hick country and like New Yorker. It was a really weird mix. It was like, that's not an American accent. That sounds like someone trying to do an American accent, you know. Which I do find funny that, you know, we have an American, you know, and we do. There's accents, you know. Obviously, first off, America is a large enough country that there's, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a large country.
Accents.
Yeah. Which I was gonna say, it doesn't have to be a large country because England isn't even that big. But there's people like there's Scottish, Irish, and then just different types of English accents inside of, you know, London. You know, so it's not like they have to be.
There's like the real posh kind. And then there's the more like common, and then you know there might even be like a less, you know, like a not lesser but less proper sounding. I don't know. Like that's kind of how hick, I guess, is kind of viewed in the U.S. Probably it's like the, you know, uneducated accent.
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, I don't.
Well, there's
try not to make.
There's hick, and then there's southern.
Yeah.
And then there's like ours is considered neutral. Like we don't really have
for the most part
an accent. And then there's Boston accent. There's New York accent. There's New Jersey accent. There's
that was something someone was talking about.
Man.
They said something like, I was visiting my family in New York, and I forgot that y'all was a Southern thing. And they said, you know, the y'all, you know, you say y'all, and it's like, yeah, but y'all say stuff like coffee and Boston, and you're like, really, coffee? Like, it's coffee. It's an O.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not blaming anyone.
It's just funny, the different accents. Yeah. Oh man.
Coffee.
Nope, not bounce bubble.
So that was one of those things. It
doesn't matter.
Back? No. That will not be effective, correct? Because he's
I think he's ground type. Yeah, so just do scratch. We might need to just switch out Charmeleon for somebody else.
Yeah,
Charmeleon's not really.
Well, he's not doing.
Oh golly! I forgot what that move did. Wow! Oh my gosh! I just drained Sandshrew of all his health.
It's a vampirous bubble.
Yeah.
You're like, that's weird.
I must salute you. All right, yeah, let's see if we can switch out Charmeleon.
Yeah, just whoever.
And I'll grab this. Found a nugget.
But now Pikachu's following you, and then
and Squirtle is out for some reason.
It's the one next to the. I don't know why they. It's not like it's bad, weird. But it just doesn't make sense. Because I think Pikachu will be the one that I am fighting now. Is that kid? That kid is literally just staring at the flower. Which nothing wrong with that, Flowers are fascinating.
Kids are so easy to amuse. No, like, hey, just look at this plant.
Well, honestly, that is an art. I do think. I wouldn't say an art, but being able to entertain yourself in a situation. Because I feel like I feel like our parents did that, where it was like, just stay here or wait, or you're at home and it's kind of like, I don't, there's nothing's going on. So like, I remember one time when we lived out in the country, just because I had the time, I took a tennis ball and just went, I was on the kitchen floor, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 1,000.
You did that?
1,000, yeah. It took me like 45 minutes, and it's like 804, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know why, but I do remember that.
Oh, he's got pretty high level.
I think it took me like 20 or 30 minutes.
Oh, wait, no, you're still using Charmeleon.
Why?
How in the world do we switch that?
Do it right now.
Oh, yeah. Take out Pikachu, sure.
Just stay out.
Switch. Yeah, I mean, nowadays I've seen parents they'll give their child, an iPad or something. Which, to a degree, that could, oh, wow, that's not effective at all.
I guess it's one of those, anytime you, I think with parenting at all, I'm speaking from my lengthy experience.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like with anything, especially when it just comes to like a child, Thunder Shock, why not? I just feel like shocking you. They're very, what's that called? Impressionable.
Yeah.
Children are very impressionable, and so you don't want to necessarily, you don't want to do something that's going to impress them the wrong way or whatever it is.
Exactly. Which is why kind of we do this. We're not cussing and all that stuff, because if kids watch that, that was affecting me, and I would watch certain channels and they'd talk dirty and cussing all that time, and I noticed it was affecting me and how I thought, and I'm like, I need to get this out of here. I need to stop doing this because I can't watch this anymore. It's changing me. Anyways, continue.
But I was gonna say, I'll see it at restaurants, and I'm not judging the parents because I don't know how often they do it. But I would just say, I think in my mind, I wouldn't want to give my child, that just be the first thing I do is to get them to kind of...
I don't want an iPad raising my kids.
Yeah, to get them to be quiet, just get here, watch a movie. Whatever. That's fine.
We can say this because we have zero experience with... we probably shouldn't... are you going to steal health or something? Or you're asleep.
He's standing up and sleeping. No, but I'm just meaning...
I feel like there's a balance.
That's what I'm meaning. That's why I don't look over and I'm like, you shouldn't do that. First off, because they're not my child, and I have no say anyway.
Yeah.
Because I wish that's an art also, that people knowing where they shouldn't do something because they don't have a say. That's another thing that people need to learn again when it comes to just whatever.
Yeah.
Go. He looks so peaceful. Yeah. He's just like,
Pikachu's like, oh man, I just really need this right now. Really need to sleep. But yeah, that's really why we do this, so that if parents, if there is that time where you know what, my child just needs to watch something or whatever,
and we did that,
and they like video games. Hey,
and we did that. Our parents did that too. I remember watching. Just I can't think of anything particularly, but it's or off the top of my head.
Forget. No,
but it would just be watch a movie. You want to watch a movie, and then for the most part, I feel like we basically would sit there and watch the movie. So the parents, our parents would have an hour or something to do something else rather than
Yeah, well, like, and even as technology progresses and stuff, it gets even harder to protect your kids from stuff like that because, you know, like, the reason Vine, at least according to our sister, the reason Vine got shut down is because there was a lot of people doing inappropriate stuff on there. I never really used Vine that much. I don't know either story, but if that is the case, I mean, yeah, like, you have to super be careful because, man, there's...
Did I wake up?
Yeah, it doesn't have a sleep next to your level.
That was like 4 moves.
Yeah, it's a pretty good... That's why sleep is good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking because we forgot sleep on what's his name, Bellsprout.
Yeah.
And did stun, but stun had 30 versus 15, so there's definitely, you know, there's pros and cons to that.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe it.
Speaking of, this is completely random, but speaking of pros and cons,
yes.
What does he turn into? Blastoise?
Squirtlemon.
Or is he the highest one?
Blastoise, I think, is the highest one. I think this is gonna be.
Wait.
War Turtle, okay, of course.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something that had turtle in it, and I was like,
War Turtle. I've never used War Turtle. When tapped on its head, this Pokemon will pull it in, but with its tail... Okay, yeah, that doesn't tell me anything about its moves, but... It's just kind of weird, like the little description.
Wow, you look shocked.
Oh, Porky, you've gotten pretty strong. Now, this is where he starts hating me. You know? Yeah. He's like, you've beat me like 2 or 3 times. I thought we were friends. Yeah, he's going to start hating me now.
You see my shadow just now?
Mm-hmm.
No, on there.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, like it was like what is that? Like I'm falling. I'm falling normally. Look at my shadow though. Like just. why am I spinning?
I have no idea.
I mean, sure,
funny.
whatever.
Right, let's talk. He's got seasickness or something. I felt terrible. This sickness is done me in.
You're like sea
Let's
captain.
battle! Like a punch him in the stomach, trying to help him out. Oh, I rubbed the captain's back. There, old fellow. Roo, thank you. I feel so much better now. So, what did you want from me? Oh, you want to learn my secret technique? Of course, I'd be happy to teach it. It's not like I could make money teaching this or anything, but I'll give it away free.
Like, you want to know the secret to, you want to know... I'm trying to think of what's something it's like people would pay a lot of money to learn. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's like, you want to know the secret algorithm that's able to, crack into the Pentagon's, software system, the security system? Sure, I'll teach it to you.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's like, what did you do?
If you learn the secret technique, chop down.
Yeah, you stare at it and then it chops it down. What does? The technique. How? I just showed you. You stare at it and then it chops it down.
No.
Like,
he's like, but what do I have to do? He's like, you just stare at it and it.
So you're sitting in public at a coffee shop, you're just staring out, off in the distance, and then someone walks and gets in line, and then you notice you're accidentally staring at them, and then you're like, oh, that was close. You stare at an object
You finally get it, and like, okay, now I can chop down trees. Sweet. Yeah, you go to like the coffee shop or something, like, yeah, mocha frappuccino, whatever, and then all of a sudden, like, whoosh, they like, oh my gosh, what? And this other person comes in, and like, what happened? Like, I don't know. And then they whoosh, they get like chopped down. I don't know.
It ends up being like Cyclops' glasses where you have to walk around with
the captain like drives in and like puts a blindfold over you, like, we must protect this child. He needs to learn. Must have discipline. Oh, he uses a sword. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay.
It wasn't just his eyes.
Yeah, you just couldn't see it because he's really good at it, Which actually, I wonder how true that is. Like, if you were to take an expert swordsman, how easily or how quickly could he draw a weapon? Like, I don't know. Draw the weapon, cut, and then put it back in its sheath. I mean, I'm not gonna say because like anything with anime is like way over the top, which I love. It's so cool, but it's not realistic. So like there was I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was Full Metal Alchemist when Edward Elric first goes to see Fuhrer Bradley, and he does his demonstration to become a state alchemist. And he transmutes a spear and then like runs up and kind of quote attacks him and says, you're leaving yourself open. And that whole thing, the tip breaks off, and he had drawn his sword and cut off the tip without him even noticing, like in the heat of the moment, basically. And I'm not going to say you couldn't do that. I just don't know how, obviously, again, it's an anime show, and this guy's like blocking bullets with his swords, which is complete no.
It's just cool though to
yeah, exactly. That's why. I'm just saying, like in real life, I'm like, I wonder how fast you could draw a sword and cut something or whatever. I feel like pretty quickly.
All right, and they're setting sail. Bye.
Why are you surprised?
They've never seen a ship before.
That actually sounded like bye.
Yeah. It sounds like a human. Eevee, are you becoming human? How do I catch... I think I need a fishing pole or something.
Eevee's like, ain't no lie, bye.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, shoot.
Ain't no lie, bye.
Huh?
I don't think I ever listened to anything that the Backstreet Boys ever...
I was so caught up sketching the ocean view here that I guess I missed my ship. It's awful. I guess I'll stay here for a while in that case. I really like the color of the sea in Kanto anyway. So...
You're a painter.
Why did it have to go into like cutscene mode for that? That's
not really,
weird.
yeah. To let you know she's a painter.
And he just somehow knows I've learned
exactly. This guy's been following you.
He has cameras everywhere. You know.
That's all I thought of. But yeah, you're just walking around,
He's like, way to go, son. You've learned cut. I'm like, oh wait, how? I just learned that. How did you know that?
Like you go into a store and some guy's like, oh yeah, well, next time you come in here, maybe we can, I don't know. He talks about like how you need to get this membership card from this other place, like and then you walk in later and he's like, he does this like yeah, and you're like, how did he know? I've been following you ever since.
Good work. You chopped down that troublesome tree and opened a way to the gym. That means you can challenge your gym now. I'll be waiting. We might. Well, no, they're person? Oh, I don't know. Or he might be like the person we sign in with. Oh, I think I should probably
recharge Pokemon.
Yes,
I think it'd be hilarious.
What the heck?
Not real sure.
All right, I need to recharge Pokemon.
No, I think it'd be hilarious if no one was in here because they couldn't get in. Because
I know.
Or they were just really easy.
I've been waiting for you, champ in the making. Lieutenant Surge, here's the gym leader. Okay, so he uses electric type, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's right there. I didn't even read that. I was just like, Surge, it's gotta be electric.
What's
flying and water type
Pokemon ground, right?
Don't do well, yeah. Also want to watch out for your Pokemon, don't get paralyzed. And here's my last tip. Lieutenant Surge is the cautious type. He puts up barriers between himself and the rest of this room, so it won't be easy getting to him. Like, I can see that. How is that a tip? You're not going to be like, oh, your Pokemon needs to be level 30 to progress.
So here's a question.
All right, let me get my party up. It's a red trash can. Okay. All right, we'll fight this guy, and then we'll probably next time it, and then we'll fight Lieutenant Surge next time.
But I thought of that. I was like, but they're flying. That's like, I've heard that's why birds on telephone poles don't get shocked. I don't know how true that is.
Because they're not attached to anything? Like
yeah,
it's just...
I don't know how true that is per se, because I feel like it's also the insulation on the wire, like the cable. So yeah. I don't know if I just never looked into it myself. And they're also very light, but that shouldn't really do that much. Why am I fighting him? I'm using him again?
I don't know. Like, well, yeah, we need to figure out how to...
I think it's the second one. I think it's the second one on your list. Like, 1, 2, and then whatever he is.
Even though...
Pikachu's out of the Pokeball, yeah.
Okay, we'll have to look at that after this then. So I did buy it. It didn't really do anything. I'm going to try
double kick.
Nah, I don't... I mean, I'll
try it.
I don't think it will do anything. Because he's made out of metal. I don't know if that has anything to... Oh, wow, that's super effective. Okay. I had no idea that would have worked. I guess he's ground type, and I think fighting type is strong against ground type, I guess.
He's not electric?
Oh, yeah, he should. Yeah, he would be electric. I don't know. You surprised me. All right, guys. Well, next time on Game Bros, we're going to take on the rest of the trainers and then Lieutenant Surge over there. Guys, thank you for watching. If you're new here, please do subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next Pokemon episode. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and be blessed.